G'day guys, it's Dave here from Old Rigs Down Under. Welcome to the latest video. Now the last video I did was about harvest, and when I did it, I didn't think there would be that much more grain to cart, but I've filled in the last couple of weeks doing that. It's been pretty decent. It's dragged on ever so slightly, but that's what I've been doing right up until Christmas. So the CH is still out on assignment. It's just sitting out in a paddock at the moment, being used as a field bin, not really doing any loads, but just a bit of extra storage for some mates. And the ultraliner, or the bitch as it's known, is parked up at home. And I think I'll probably give it a wash in the next couple of days and nearly put the queue in the rack for the year. I've just had a question from a couple of different people, and it's something that does raise a few eyebrows or gets people talking a bit, is the name of the truck. Now, the answer is no, I didn't name it that. Apparently it's been the bitch for as long as the truck's been around. This truck was bought new by Jim Davidge at Temora. These are his original colours. Now it has been, I think, in a rollover in the late 80s or early 90s. So maybe the lettering across the front of it there has been written on it then. I don't know if it was written on there or painted on there like that from new. If we go around to this driver's side, or both sides actually, but you can actually see it there, or maybe you can see it there in the video, the bitch, and then there was a picture of a bulldog there. Apparently they had two, the bitch and the mongrel. Not really sure whatever happened to the other one. I do remember seeing both the trucks working when I was a kid, but haven't seen them, certainly wasn't aware of the names of them in those days, and haven't seen the other one since. But anyway, I've had this truck about 5 years now, 6 years, and it's just done its fifth harvest. And it's while I've had to do a little bit to it to get it back on the road, it's been a really good truck. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, guys, and we'll see you soon. Righto, we've got the last load of grain for the season rolling out of the paddock here. I'll tip it off in town this afternoon. So just had a sort of 150, 60 acres of triticale here. That's what this stubble is. It's a little bit lighter than wheat. It's just a stock feed. It doesn't really get used too much in human consumption, but it does grow pretty well around this area. So it's been a pretty good season. Sort of carted a fair bit between the two trucks, and managed to keep most people happy. And even though Christmas is only in about 8 or so hours time, everyone's still fairly happy to get finished by Christmas. There won't be too many left going by tomorrow. So anyway, it did end up a bit late, but we basically had 2 weeks off in the middle with a heap of rain. If we didn't have that, we would have finished easily. We would have been sitting back and enjoying a beer and eating ham by now, but anyway, not to be. We'll have to wait another day or so. Anyway, we'll get her into town, get her tipped off, and call her quits. Just on the weighbridge here at the local grain storage. Just got little sheds here and a hopper, and considerably smaller than the other sites that you've seen in the previous video. So here the platform to sample the grain is just beside the weighbridge. Yeah, the green platform there. You just walk up along there and probe the load. So we'll do that, and then we'll head across there to that hopper and tip off the last load. Come to this grain storage when I was a kid with my dad and my brother, just in an old Dodge D5N with a Perkins in it. So around this area when I was a kid there was only one semi that I could think of. Yeah, now there's plenty. Most farms have got a semi now, or a decent truck. If you can see back there, but just got to sort of back onto that hopper. But yeah, I remember tipping off in that very hopper when I was a kid. So yeah, things have changed a little bit now. There's only a couple of trade trucks carting in here now. It's nearly all semis, truck of dogs, P doubles and so forth. So. Do us, I think. Video in there. So lock those trailer brakes on, leave the truck released so it'll drag the prime mover backwards. Lift her up. And in about 10 seconds when this thing catches up, we'll be away. So tipping into the hopper there, it's just a shallow little hopper. Just tipping out the little grain door, a little bit like I was out of Milbalong in that other video. Then it just goes in and up that auger there, and up the top of the shed there's an auger or a belt that goes the length of the shed. It's got a couple of unloading points along that auger which you can control to fill the shed from one end to the other. So, been around for probably 60 years, I suppose. Fenimore's built these yards back in the, built this whole yard and grain shed complex in about probably early to mid 60s, I reckon. Fenimore's did start out here at Mangapla. So, yeah, hay sheds and straw sheds and grain sheds, so they used to do a fair bit of that, and then they got out of it, concentrated on stock and fuel and so forth. But anyway, yeah, just another style of grain storage we got here. Doesn't take a lot of grain, but yeah, probably brought 300 tonne of triticale or 320 or 30 tonne of triticale in here, and they'll just cart that out during the year, and it's just a good option. Locals always like supporting the smaller storages like this, a little bit more flexibility. So yeah, we're going all right. Tipper on the way down. See the skid steer loader there, that's how they unload that shed. So you got your 3 auger points there, your red boxes. And they'll pull out the grain for a little while on its own, but then they get that skid steer in there and push it up to the auger that's loading out. So yeah, it's a little bit labour intensive, but they still get the job done. got a few blokes here that have been here for a good while, and they know the job pretty well. So yeah, anyway, last load for the year. So we're all finished now, just carting to the storage in my hometown, which is pretty handy. Let's go past this place here with all the Macs out the front. You'd love to own them, wouldn't you? Righto guys, she's all over. Harvest is done. Finished for another year on Christmas Eve. It was a bit of a long drawn out campaign with a couple of weeks of wet weather in the middle. But anyway, I mean, that's part of it all. Sometimes you get a good run, sometimes you don't. You just got to try and make the most of what you can when you can. So all in all, it's been pretty good since I did the last video, which I probably told you was going to be the only harvest video. Yeah, I've been at it for another, probably a couple of weeks, I guess, when it's all added up. And it's been okay. It's been a pretty good finish, really. Not as consistent as the early work that I was doing in the last video. As that work finishes and sort of move further east over here, the loads are fewer and further between. So you might get a couple of days of carting here or there, but then you're on to the next place, or you might be servicing 2 or 3 different customers over the course of a few days. But all in all, it's been pretty good. So yeah, I just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for supporting me and supporting the channel for the last 12 months or longer, but particularly the last 12 months. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Thanks to everyone who's been here from day dot. It's been a bit of a journey this year. Had a couple of videos that have done really well. I'm just gradually building that channel, and it's really good. I do apologise. The last probably couple of months has been a bit quiet for the content, but harvest is a pretty consuming time of year. Yeah. So anyway, we've got a little bit of good content coming your way in the new year. But I just want to thank a couple of people in particular. Steve from Steve's Place Down Under. I mention him on here quite regularly. He's always good for a bit of advice, and if you haven't already checked out his channel, please do, because he's a wizard at what he does. He can do anything. Steve's Place Down Under. Jeffrey from Old American Iron, always super positive with his comments. He came and visited, I think it was this year. This year's gone past fairly quickly, but yeah, earlier this year, and with Steve, and he's been terrific. And watching some of his videos, again, he's terrific at what he does. He has a great collection of stuff all around him. Get over and check out his channel, Old American Iron, if you haven't done so already. Then there's just a few names that of people. Matty's Workshop, he's got another channel as well. You want to check him out. Just a few people. Kerry Gleeson, Kim from Adelaide, David Forbes. Some of these guys are just always leave a positive comment, always leave a thumbs up. It doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you very much, guys, and thank you for everyone in the comments. I'll try and get back to the comments where I can. The last couple of videos have had a lot of comments, so it's a bit harder. But I really do appreciate you commenting on the videos and engaging and giving me your own stories about your own experiences with similar equipment or similar work. And it's really good. Like I say, the last couple of months has been a bit demanding for time. So the comments that I haven't got to, I will endeavour to get back to all and reply to all of you. Thanks again. So with that, Merry Christmas for today here in Australia, or probably tomorrow in parts of the US. I hope you have a really good and safe time with friends and family. And fast forward a week, all the best for the new year. And I hope it's a really good one for you all, successful one. And I hope if you're on the roads, please be safe. There's a lot of extra traffic about. People are pretty impatient as a rule, so just take it steady. I mean, even just in the last few days carting grain with this thing, you're probably on edge or on watch a little bit more, and you're seeing people do stupid things, overtaking stupid places, and for no real gain. And you just, even in the few loads that I've done, or say the 10 loads in the last few days I've done, you see these people overtaking, it's for no gain, and there's just near misses, and then you pull up at the next intersection and they're the car in front of you. It doesn't make any sense. So please just be safe. Make sure you get home to your loved ones and friends. And but anyway, as I've said on videos before, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Please like the videos, this video. Tell your mates about it. Share it if you like. It's all much appreciated. And there is some good stuff coming up next year, a couple of retrieval videos and a couple of waking up old diesels, which is always good fun. So with that in mind, I'm going to let you go. Thanks very much again, everybody, for the year that's been. And we'll keep the channel going. Keep hydrated over the Christmas break. It's really important in this part of the world. But even if you're covered in snow at the moment over in the States or somewhere, still got to keep hydrated. So cheers, everyone. All the best. Stay safe. I'm going to have to conduct a bit more research on that. As I mentioned in the video, thanks again, guys, for all your support during the year. It's much appreciated. Merry Christmas to you and all your family. Have a safe and happy new year. And I really look forward to catching up with you all again in the next video next year. Thanks again.